Milo.
Hey Michael.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, how are you?
Nice, we're good. Good to have you here. On this first time that we're doing this in this way, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, what is this actually?
Well, today we're having a look at two new models that entered our store the last month. And they are quite similar in certain aspects, so that's why
they have some similarities, but also a lot of big differences, which we're going to discuss today.
But we felt it was worth to do sort of a video to compare them, talk about them, what's new, what's similar, what's different.
Yeah, and you're holding the first of the two, which is an Eastman D'Ambrosio guitar.
It is.
Can you tell me a little bit about this one?
Sure. So the D'Ambrosio series is a new series by Eastman in collaboration with Otto D'Ambrosio, so master luthier. He builds a new Eastman line in California, in Los Angeles, if I'm not mistaken. There are three models. They look sort of like other Eastman models that they made. So they are completely American made. They are very high end. Let's see, I have some specs here.
That is the big difference though, right? Because Eastman is known for their great value to price, how they compare to each other. But Eastman is a Chinese factory, a Chinese company, the Eastman Guitars.
Yeah.
And this is their first time, well, they have a collaboration with D'Ambrosio, that's something different. But this is the first time that they're actually stepping out of that Beijing factory and they are stepping into American guitar made territory.
Yeah, and you see that in the price, of course. So
yes,
they are more expensive. They are higher end guitars, as you could say. They use premium woods, they use premium pickups, and they are really great guitars.
Can you tell me what wood this is?
Yeah, sure. They use the Phoenix pine and other ash as well, and they get that wood from burned down forest, as they say.
I saw that.
And what's special about these guitars is the use of a new technology. I can show you this. They call it the Fullerton neck pocket. So it's a new.
It's a 2-point neck pocket.
Yeah, actually. But what's special about it is that it's a very long tenon. So it reaches all the way up the body. There's a lot of surface area in the neck pocket. Eastman say this increases stability, increases sustain and resonance as well. And that's a first.
Yeah, okay. Before we dive even deeper into this guitar, I think it might be cool to show off the next one, which you can already see, but it's this one on my right side and your left side. This is the all-new Powers Electric guitar. And the reason that we actually chose both of these is that, well, they both came to market at around the same time. The Powers Electric has been in our store for just 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
And we're actually one of the first stores to have them in the European Union, so we're really stoked about that. And the Eastman just came a few weeks before that, so that's what we thought. Let's put these two together. Also, because they're both from California.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know Powers Electric, there's actually a really big brand, or let's say a big person behind this guitar. And his name is Andy Powers, which is in the name. And Andy Powers, you might know as the CEO of Taylor Guitars from San Diego, California.
Yeah, and you have a personal connection with Taylor Guitars.
I might have a little personal connection with Taylor and Andy Powers. I got the amazing opportunity to visit him and Taylor Guitars last year in September, and we're working on a really cool documentary about that. We've shown a little bit here and there. But yeah, that's my personal connection with them. San Diego, got it right there.
There you go.
Before we keep going, could you play a little bit on this one, Maya?
Sure, I'll play sort of the same stuff.
Oh, he could have muted it, but he didn't. He called it
rookie mistake.
Rookie mistake. All right. Tasty licks.
They are great guitars. They are both Great guitars and sort of innovative new designs. Some would say sort of in the offset market. You would
Definitely, definitely.
I think they are trying to reach a similar audience, which is also why we felt that we had to make a video about this.
They're always also both kind of in the same price range-ish.
Yeah.
The Powers Electric is a bit more expensive than the D'Ambrosio made guitars.
Yeah.
But that's because the Powers Electric shop in San Diego is actually very small. There's only a handful of people working there.
Can you maybe give some specs on this one, maybe?
Yeah, I can a little bit. Honestly, about the wood, I think from the memory, this is urban ash.
Yeah.
And urban ash is something that Taylor is known for. They use urban trees that were ash trees that were in an urban area, cut down, and they use those to make guitar bodies out of. They've done it in acoustics, and now they've done it in electrics. Try to see this. I'm saying Taylor. Forget about Taylor. This is completely different. This is Powers Electric.
Yes, and that's why it's not a Taylor electric guitar.
That's why it's not a Taylor electric guitar. Yeah. And you might think that this is a solid guitar.
It looks like it.
It looks like it, but it's actually a hollow body guitar.
It is.
So it's a, you can't see it on this one, but there are a few different ones with other tops. It's I'm not sure about this one though, but the other ones are urban ash with a maple top.
I think this one as well, and it's really chambered inside, so it gives the feel of a hollow body guitar.
Yeah. Okay.
While looking like a solid body.
Yeah. Going a little bit beyond that is the pickups. They are homemade, we could say. They are the Faraday pickups, if I say correct. So
yeah,
you know the number for?
Yeah, so they have two pickups that they make. They have the full Faraday 42 and the partial Faraday. I believe these are the full Faraday. I believe they are sort of fuller sounding as well, so a little bit bigger sounding, and the partial Faraday is more how you would compare a single coil to a humbucker, maybe something like that. The partial Faraday is a little bit brighter treblier.
Yeah. One thing I really adored about the Powers Electric guitars is, well, I gotta be honest, I got to try a prototype last year when I was there, and the first thing that me and Tom, you might know him from the demos, noticed straight away was the neck. And I gotta be honest, it's one of the smoothest necks I might have ever felt on an electric guitar. It's not just the edges that are rolled really nicely, it's actually the taper of the neck. If I say that correctly, it's the way that the radius goes from top to bottom.
Yeah, so that's different on the bass strings compared to the higher strings. So the higher strings, they have a sort of a flatter feel.
Yeah, but it's not like equally from this part to this part. No. It actually gets flatter as you go up the neck.
In terms of playability, I think this is one of the most comfortable playing electric guitars I felt in a long time.
Yeah.
It's
really, Milo is really bad at lying, so I'm pretty sure he's honest right there. Yeah, you can edit that.
You would have seen my nose.
Yeah. Okay, so interesting tone woods, hollow body guitar, interesting neck with a beautiful radius, homemade pickups. Two more very interesting details before we go back to the D'Ambrosio, which is just a nice aesthetic detail are these knobs. So Andy Powers told me, he explained this entire story himself to me when I was there. These knobs are actually a surfboard resin that you use to wax the board. And when you do that...
next to being a Taylor CEO...
Can't forget.
Andy Powers is also...
He's one of the best servers in San Diego, I've been told.
What can't he do?
I don't know, man. This guy's a legend. But yeah, so... It's surfboard wax resin, and when you wax the board, all of this resin residue actually falls onto the floor, and that gets recycled into these knobs. So not a single knob is the same. The colors are different on each and every guitar, but also all the patterns that are in it, they're completely unique. He really tried to make this his own guitar, resembling the area that he's from, which is San Diego, Southern California.
Yeah.
Final detail?
Sure.
It's the Chem Tremolo bridge, if I say that correctly.
I think it's the Chem Trem, yeah.
If I'm pronouncing that wrong, you should let me know in the comments. But first thing when you look at this, I was like, that's sort of like a Bixby.
Yeah, or maybe sort of, Bixby meets a Duesenberg Trem or something,
Yeah. But we noticed a few interesting details before we started shooting this video. First of all, it is sturdy. So you need to work to get it into motion.
Yeah, when you do this,
maybe you can run it.
Here you go, just a normal chord. Nothing happens. have to work it a lot.
Yeah. But once you got it working, it feels really smooth to me.
Yeah,
it really does.
Yeah.
And I think it's actually nice that it doesn't vibrate straight when you might accidentally hit it when you're playing. That's just one thing. It's completely machined, which is what Taylor is known for, but Powers Electric is now as well, because of course they have accessibility to those machines. But the one interesting detail I noticed straight away is how the E string here is around the bridge. I'm not sure if we can get this on the beautiful LoRa cam over there. Give it a LoRa.
It looks like there's an extra ring on here, just to give the E some extra surface area, maybe on the trem.
Yeah, the E is the string is longer. It would be longer because the way that this is curved around it makes that string a bit longer. But I think, and maybe Andy has to tell me this, I'm pretty sure it has to do with the tuning stability of this bridge, because I personally, I love the Bigsby's, but I kind of have a love-hate relationship with how well they stay in tune. But this one stays in tune really well. We should have tuned it before we started playing though. I heard a little bit of thingy there. But yeah, it stays in tune really well all across the neck when you're playing it. And I think it might have something to do with that as well.
Yeah. So shall we move over to the D'Ambrosio? Maybe?
Yeah, we did a little deep dive on this. You've heard both. Let's go back to the D'Ambrosio. Oh, you learn so quickly. Yeah. I'll just hold that, sir.
So what's comparable to the Powers Electric, this one also has a new sort of a tremolo system.
Yeah.
This one is called the man-made tremolo system.
It's man-made.
It is man-made. This is also quite sturdy. It's easier to get the first sort of movement.
Yeah.
But I would say in terms of stability, I would choose the Powers Electric.
Okay.
Whatever you do with it, it just seems
to stays in tune.
In tune. So this is more what you may know from the sort of the Jazzmaster tremolo systems. How do you
it reminds me of the Novo system.
Yeah, it does. It looks a bit like it as well. Yeah. So in terms of pickups, the D'Ambrosio Eastmans, they use the Lollar pickups, and these are the hand-wound gold foils in this one.
Yeah.
Some of the models also have a extra, they don't call it a baritone switch, they call it, let me have a look. It's a Kingtone switch, but it acts sort of like a baritone, so you get a lot of more tonal options. So in that way, I think the D'Ambrosio, and maybe not this specific model, but others, they are sort of more flexible.
Yeah, they have a little bit more versatility as far as tone goes.
Yeah, they do.
And also, you mentioned they're all Lollar pickups, but the configurations are all across the board. Like, I think there's a Telly kind of one as well, which has like a slanted bridge pickup and a lipstick style neck pickup.
Yeah, they have I think they have a Charlie Christian pickup in some of them as well. So a lot of versatility, whereas the Powers Electric only have the two models. They sound great, both of them. But you get a lot more options when choosing the D'Ambrosio.
They really have their own little voices.
Yeah.
Okay, neckwood.
Neckwood,
on this one.
This is a maple, American hard maple neck. Nicely figured as well.
Beautiful.
You get the stamp, the D'Ambrosio stamp in here, which is really nice. What else is there to say about this? Maybe we should listen a little bit more to this one?
We didn't actually talk about this board as well, because I thought this was Honduran rosewood, at least the fingerboard was.
Let's have a look.
And I thought it was mahogany neck, but I might be wrong here. We're checking that out.
I don't have that information on here. I think it looks like a mahogany neck. But,
we'll put it in the description. I think I saw something about Honduran rosewood. Yeah, maybe just play us a little bit more on the D'Ambrosio guitar and take us through the tonal differences that it offers.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe add a little bit of drive here and there. That's the vibes, man. I love
Sounds
your
great.
vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound great.
Thanks, man.
But the guitar does a lot as well.
Yeah.
Tone is in the fingers. Really beautiful guitar. Before we wrap this up, maybe one more little piece on this Powers Electric. And
Sure.
before that, actually, when we're swapping up, we didn't actually disclose anything, what we're recording on.
You can tell them.
Yeah, if I only know the exact model of this one, which you might, it's a Milkman
Is it
combo.
the
It's a
creamer?
112. I think it's the creamer.
Yeah.
We'll put it down in the video there. We're just recording out with a mic, and there's a stereo room as well. So if you're hearing any kind of roomy sound, it's not a verb, it's the room. That having said, Powers Electric. Nice. If you had to pick one, personal opinion.
Personal opinion, I think I would go for the Powers.
All right.
Specifically, this model, I think the gold looks amazing.
Because it did have to grow on us, right? We got a
Yeah.
got a different finish in last week. Beautiful as well, just not really my taste.
And I would say the model specifically isn't not really to my taste, but it has grown on me. And right now, I think the pickups sound fantastic. I really like the resin.
Yeah,
The Powers has that over the Eastman.
it's a really unique kind of detail. It's just a little
But I
things.
think it's the playability mostly for me. This is really special. It's so easy to play this.
If you get the chance, wherever you are, I haven't played it in the video, but trust me, I've played this, and it's you gotta feel it. I've played so many different electric guitars in my life. You play it, well, anything, Gibson's, Fenders, 335, Jazzmasters. I've never felt this.
Yeah,
it's really interesting.
And you, your favorite?
Well, it would be a very boring video if we always say, well, one's better, you know. But I gotta be honest, and the Powers Electric grew on me as well.
But you are biased, of course.
I'm very biased because I fell in love with I'm sorry, Andy, I fell in love with you, but it happened. It happened. That's just the company. Yes, it grows on you, and that's happened to me as well. But the guitar, if I try to see it separately from that, it appeals a bit more to me as well. I think I might be a little bit more of a modern kind of player than you are, and this guitar would suit me a little bit better.
Not to dismiss the.
Can you give me that D'Ambrosio one more time?
Yeah, sure.
Because if you are the kind of guitarist who likes a little bit more of a beefy neck to feel that you can really dig into those strings, then the D'Ambrosio is a little bit better for you, because it is a lot slimmer on the Powers Electric.
Yeah.
And also there's a lot of sustain coming from it, even though it's a 2-point neck joint, which is exactly why they made this, why it's running so deep into the body. Yeah, but they have a lot of stuff going for them, both of them.
Yeah, of course, the gold foils sound really different.
Yeah, but unfortunately we didn't have any other Powers Electric at this point in stock, so we had to choose this one. But we hope we at least give you a little bit of an idea what both of these guitars can do.
But don't go only by this video. Please go visit the store, try these guitars out, see some other videos. It's difficult to get across exactly how these guitars sound, how they feel. It's really personal, of course, and these are only just our opinions. They are both great guitars. They are in a similar market.
Just for different players.
For different players. Totally different look as well. But yeah, I think that's it.
Try them out.
Yeah, man.
And see you next time.
Bye.